So here's a quick recap of the divisibility rules for some of the main factors, integer factors of numbers. The first factor we're going to look at is 2. We know that a number is divisible by 2 if that number is even. And if we look at these 5 numbers here, the only ones that are even are 80 and 648. So those are the only 2 numbers that are divisible by 2, or have 2 as an integer factor. The next factor we're going to look at is 3. We know a number is divisible by 3 if the digits of the number add to a number that is also divisible by 3. So what does that mean? This first example, 87, if we add together 8 and 7, we get 15. 15 we know is divisible by 3. Therefore, the original number, 87, is also divisible by 3. In the next example, if we add together 8 and 0, 8 is not divisible by 3. So 80 is also not divisible by 3. So if we quickly look at these next 3, the sum of the digits in C is 6. That is divisible by 3. The sum of the digits here is 18, which also is. And the sum here is 15, which is also divisible by 3. For the factor 4, the first 2 examples are pretty simple because they're only 2 digits. We know that 87 is not divisible by 4. It's not even. And 80 is divisible by 4. But when we get to digits that are more than 2, all we have to do is look at the last 2 digits to determine if it's divisible by 4. 23 is not divisible by 4, so neither is the original. If we look at the last 2 digits here, 48 is divisible by 4, so therefore the original is also divisible by 4. And here, 25 is not, so 825 is not. Now 5 is another factor that is quite simple. As long as the full number ends in the digit 0 or 5 in the ones place, it is divisible by 5. So the only 2 numbers that are divisible by 5 here are 80 and 825. Now we get 6, the factor 6, if we multiply 2 and 3 together. So if we have a number that is divisible by 2 and by 3, then we know it's also divisible by 6. So we just take those 2 rules and put them together. The only even numbers we have are 80 and 648. And then if we look at 80, we already realize that this is not divisible by 3, so it cannot be divisible by 6. But 648, if we add those digits together, we get 18, which is divisible by 3. So therefore, this number is divisible by 2 and 3, so therefore, it is also divisible by 6. The last factor we're going to look at is 9, and it holds a rule that's very similar to the factor 3. If the digits of the number add up to a number divisible by 9, then the original number is also divisible by 9. So here, if we add the digits together, we get 15, which is not divisible by 9. Here we get 8, not divisible by 9. Here we get 6, no. Here we get 18. 18 is divisible by 9, so that tells me that the original number is also divisible by 9. And lastly, here we get 15 when we add the digits together, which is not.